Fungi and microorganisms. Fungi are neither plants nor animals. Introduction to fungus. Singular are pronounced as fungi, whereas plural is pronounced as fungus. Some fungus are actually edible and nutritious, for example mushroom and yeast. There are three parts of a fungus: cap, gills, stalk. Spores can be found under the gills of a mushroom. Here are some characteristics of fungus. They are fixed to only one locations. Respond to changes slowly. Cannot make their own food because they do not contain chlorophyll, unlike the leaves in plants. However, they feed on other dead organisms by breaking down dead matter into substance that can be absorbed. Need warm oxygen or air and water to grow and survive. Warm and damp conditions are essential for fast growth. They reproduce from spores, as they do not produce flower or fruits. What exactly are spores? Spores are something very tiny that can be found in spore bags. When matured, spore bags burst open and release spores. Spores are dry, light, and tiny. They are also dispersed by wind. What are the similarities and differences between fungi and flowering plants? Both flowering plants and fungi are fixed to one position. Respond slowly to changes. Need oxygen to produce energy. Here are the differences. Fungi reproduce by spores, but flowering plants reproduce by seed. Fungi cannot make their own food, while flowering plants are able to. What are the similarities and differences between fungi and non-flowering plants? They are both fixed in one position. Respond slowly to changes. Need oxygen to produce energy. Reproduce by spores. The only difference between the both of them is that fungi cannot make their own food, but non-flowering plants are able to. Now let's talk about the similarities and differences between fungi and animals. They are both able to reproduce. They need oxygen to produce energy. Cannot produce their own food. And here are their differences. Fungi are fixed to one position, while animals are able to move about. Fungi respond to changes slowly, while animals respond to changes quickly. Microorganisms. Micro means tiny, while organisms is a type of living thing. Here are some of the characteristics of microorganisms. You will require a microscope to see them, as they are so tiny that they cannot be seen with naked eye. They can be found in air, water, soil, and even in or on bodies of living things. Able to move. Some microorganisms like amoeba ingest food, while others like euglena have chlorophyll, hence able to make their own food. They are also unicellular. Bacteria. A type of microorganism that feed on living things and non-living things. Some bacteria can be helpful. They can be used to make food. For example, yogurt, cheese, and kimchi. They can also cause diseases such as diarrhea and sore throat. Bacteria can grow on food and spoil them. They are decomposers. Decomposition is the breaking down of dead plants and animals into simpler substances which are then absorbed as nutrients. Fungi and bacteria both carry out decomposition, hence are called decomposers. Let us recap what we have learned today. Fungi are neither plants nor animals. Parts of fungus are gills, cap, and stalk. Some are edible and are nutritious. Characteristics of fungi. Fixed to one location. Respond to changes slowly. Cannot make their own food, they feed on other dead organisms. Need warmth, air, and water for fast growth in the presence of food. Reproduce by spores. Spores are very tiny and can be found in spore bags. When matured, spore bags burst open and release spores. Are dispersed by wind. Microorganisms. Micro stands for tiny and organisms is a type of living things. Characteristics of microorganisms. Cannot be seen with naked eye. Found in air, water, soil, and also in or on bodies of living things. They can move, ingest or make their own food. Single cell. Bacteria, a type of microorganism that feeds on both living and non-living things. Can be helpful as some can be made into food. can be harmful as some causes disease and infections. Decomposition is known as the breaking down of dead plants and animals into simpler substance which are then absorbed as nutrients. Fungi and bacteria can carry out decomposition, therefore they are called decomposers. Thank you for the effort to learn with me. Good job. That is all for today. Stay tuned for more interesting lessons from me. See you next time. Bye bye.